Hello, friends. This is Becky with Becky Budgets, just coming on here this morning as I woke up to a wonderful surprise. My paycheck actually posted last night instead of the 3rd of January, which means we can go ahead and do our paycheck update for the first week in January. Before I get started, just wanted to let you all know that I know this is a budgeting channel, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a little sneak peek of my planner at the end for those of you in the planning community that are also doing budgeting, just to kind of show you how the last kind of 2 weeks have gone in the Erin Condren planner. I am a horizontal planner, so I always find that it's beneficial to share with others good ways to utilize the layout. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to closing out our first week in January. My husband's paycheck did come in on the 29th for $788.34. My paycheck came in for $4,533.01. My dad did go ahead and deposit the $500 into my account to help us out with rent, and then we didn't use anything from savings. So when I add those three values together, it should give us our inflow total. I am loving that they changed it from income to inflow. And that's going to give us a total of $5,821.35. Now, this is a perfect example as to why I always say I don't stress when I do our monthly budget and we have a negative number. My husband and I get paid variably because we get paid hourly. I get paid once a month and he gets paid weekly. So it's hard to calculate sometimes what our paychecks are going to be. The easiest way for me to do it is to find a minimum from the last couple months so that I can get a good average when I'm doing my budget. That being said, there is a good, I would say, $560 difference between one and the other this first week. So if I bounce back to our monthly budget, which thank you to each and every one of you who pointed out that I did my math wrong in my debt section. I will definitely take a look at that before we close out January. But this negative number kind of worked itself out right in week 1 for us. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but this is a good example of why I don't stress out too much when I have a negative number there. Now, getting back to our bills, rent came in for $2,436.35. Our Upstart loans are at a steady $1,651.80. Our car insurance was $165.97. We are paying the minimum on my Barclay, which is $90. That is currently managing the Dell Principal. That is our number 1 snowball. And then my husband's Barclay, which is kind of managing the Capital One, that is our number 2 snowball on the snowball list. That one gets the previous minimum of $80. Now, Excel. Excel is our natural gas and energy. This bill came in for $259.63. I don't know if any of you use the Nextdoor app, but I do, just to kind of see if there are any updates or things to know in our neighborhood. And the Excel bill was a very big topic of conversation this month in our area. Our energy company decided that it was going to increase rates in 2023. They didn't go specifically into how much that increase was going to be. But obviously we all got our bills in the middle to end of December to pay for January. I feel grateful that ours stayed within a little bit and just a tiny overage in what we budgeted. But people in our area had their bills double and triple, which was very sad to hear. This does cause me concern because we are in a low usage month since it has been cold, and I don't know what this means for us in the summer when we go through the heat. So just wanted to put it out there. If for some reason any of you are going through something similar, know that you are not alone. Let's go ahead and add our bills together. So we've got $2436.35 plus $1651.80 plus $165.97. The 90 to Barclay 1, 90 to 80 to Barclay 2, and then our energy bill. And that gets us to a total of $4,683.75. When I take this total away from our inflow, I've got to retrain myself to say that word. That leaves us with a overage of $1,137.60. As I have shared before, I do use my 8.5 by 11 monthly planner from Erin Condren to go ahead and do all my notes and everything for these videos. I figured it would be beneficial to share with you how I decided to break down this overage in case any of you are in the same predicament. Let's go ahead and get started. So we've got a total of $1,137.60. We know that from this overage, we need to pay, or I want to pay, our sinking funds, and that we have $159 going towards our savings. So let's go ahead and take $159 out. And that's going to leave us an overage of $878.60. If you've been on this journey with me for a while, you know that at the beginning of the month, my number one priority is to fill our variable expenses in order to kind of open the way to start putting more towards our snowball. So weeks 1 and 2 tend to be pretty low weeks for the snowball as we try to go ahead and fill our variable expenses. That being said, the majority of the $878 is going to go towards our variable expenses. What I decided to do is work my way up, filling them, so that we can just focus on food week to week. And January is a 5-week month, so we would need to get to about $500 in food. And that way, moving forward, all we really need to focus on is making sure food is filled and then any overage going to our snowball. I hope that makes sense to everybody. So what I'm planning to do is fill our miscellaneous. So that gets 50, and that will go ahead and fill that envelope. So we'll go ahead and take that off. Eating out gets $75 a month, which will then fill the eating out envelope. My personal funds get $100, so that's going to meet me for the month of January. My husband also gets $100, and that's going to meet his goal for the month of January. Our dogs are getting groomed on the 9th of January. So we are going to need to start filling them to get them back to that 200. So let's go ahead and fill that, and that's going to fill our goal for the month. And let's go ahead and fully fill gas. So gas is going to get 250. That will make it full for the month of January. And that's going to leave us $203 for food. Let's go ahead and plan on putting 200. So we're going to get 2/5, and I'll write that right here. So we're going to pay for 2 of 5 weeks in the month of January, or in the first week of January. When I add these values together, that gives us a total of $875. And that's not in frame, so I'll pull that up. When we take that away from our leftover, so 113,760 minus the 875, that's going to give us, that didn't look right. That's going to leave us with $262.60, which is literally just 60 cents more than what we had budgeted. So this will make the rest of the sheet pretty easy for me to calculate. When I pull that leftover over, we are going to go ahead and fill our sinking funds. So the 25 to medical, 15 to vet, household, car maintenance, and gifts, 5 to vacation, 3 apiece to car registration and renter's insurance, and then the 4 to round it all up to 100 that goes to the emergency fund. When I take the 100 away from our leftover, we are left with $162.60. We are going to plan on putting just $3 towards our snowball this week, since we are covering the majority of our variable expenses. So pulling the $3 down, that's going to leave us $159.60. Now, for those of you who may be new to the channel, my husband and I do the 52-week challenges, one in his account and one in my account. Since I get paid monthly, I contribute to it once a month. My husband gets paid weekly, so he contributes to the 52-week challenge weekly. One thing we noticed in 2022 is that later in the year, it got very difficult for us to get those higher numbers transferred into. So we basically had to walk away from the challenges at about week 49 because we just couldn't handle getting those higher amounts. Thank you to one of my lovely subscribers who went ahead and kind of broke this out for us monthly and weekly. I do appreciate you and love that you shared that with me. It was calculated that every week we should pay $26.50 in order to save the same amount of money as if we were doing this weekly. You will notice that some budgeters who do the bi-weekly paychecks or get paid every other week will put a steady $53 in there. So it's not a new concept. Since I pay into it monthly, I take into account how many weeks that month has, and I pay $26.50 times the number of weeks. So this month, we are paying for 5 weeks, which gives us, I need to pay monthly $132.50. What I'm thinking of doing is taking a look at all of the months in the year and breaking it down so that I can get these higher amounts paid earlier in the year, and all I really have to pay monthly moving forward would be the $106. So that's just something that I'm planning on doing. Wanted to kind of go over this with all of you since everyone's really getting started on their new budget for the 2023 calendar year. Long story short, I'm going to go ahead and contribute $132.50 to our Christmas fund. My husband is going to contribute $26.50 into our moving fund. And we do have to account for those extra 60 cents. So we're going to plan on putting 60 cents into and leaving it in the buffer in the bank. So every cent has a purpose in our budget. That should get us that $159.60, which gets us to that zero-based budget. As always, my friends, let's go ahead and check my math. So we have an inflow total of $5,821.35 minus our bill total, minus our variable envelope total, the 100 going towards our sinking funds, the 3 going towards our snowball, and then the $159.60 going into savings. And yes, my friends, that gets us to a beautiful zero-based budget. Thank you to each and every one of you who has been on this journey with me. We have been budgeting now for 9 months. So I'm looking forward to closing out our December budget. Hopefully I can get that posted today or tomorrow. And also closing out Q4 of 2022. I think I've always found that that's the easiest way for me to see where we've come from the beginning. I appreciate each and every one of you as you have guided me, motivated me, and encouraged me on this journey for the last 9 months. I hope that each and every one of you has an amazing new year and that 2023 allows you to meet all the goals that you want. So thank you, my friends. Now, for those of you who are planners and not just budgeters, I kind of wanted to go ahead and show my first couple weeks in my Erin Condren Life Planner. I know that I talk about it sometimes, but I don't really share it. So let's go. So this was my current week. This is usually how my budget looks. I am a functional planner, which is why I like this horizontal layout. But as you all know, next week is my birthday, and I am so excited this year. I don't know why. Usually it's just another day for me. But this year, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the birthday. Anyways, I did purchase this sticker set from the Gold Project. She does have a channel here on YouTube, and I bought it during the it was the Black Friday sale that she had, that I used some of my personal funds on. But yes, I went ahead and set up the spread. It makes me happy. I was wondering if this is something that others would be into. I know this is a budgeting channel, but I was thinking of maybe doing some live plan with me's, just to kind of have some set time that we could talk and touch base. I would still have to figure that out, as I'm not tech savvy. Just let me know if that's something you're interested in. But I also did want to share this horizontal layout with some of you, as I know that it is a difficult layout to try to have work for you. So I always like to share how I utilize it to see if that would help anyone else in the same predicament. Well, friends, thank you so very much for staying till the end. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Take care, friends. Bye.